I am pro-life, but I'm also a Democrat.
Whoops. Hi, everybody.
I am pro-life, but I'm also a Democrat.
Okay, sorry about that, guys. I just had a little glitch with the stream, and I had a much better plan for my opening, and then that bullshit started, so my bad. Okay, how's everybody doing today? What's up, Twitch? That scared the shit. I'm sorry. My original plan was going to be to go to the pending thing, the stream starting soon, and then switching over here, and I was going to go... and I was going to blow my nose and pretend that I was crying about how excited I was to stream today. Or so I don't... Honestly, it's probably for the best that it didn't work out, because that would have just been fucking cringe, you know? We need to get you in the hundreds again on Twitch. Yeah, come on, boys. We are going to be streaming with Xanderhall very soon to talk about PrimeCayes. The PrimeCayes drama. Life is like oranges, they don't last. Okay. I'll be honest, part of the reason I'm sort of late to stream is because I've been rewatching Breaking Bad with Carissa, and we have been really loving it. Was Hunter on the cancel Prime train, or was he on the right side of history backing Destiny? I literally didn't say anything publicly because I saw that it was a big mess. I wasn't really sure, and so I decided I was just going to stay out of it entirely. The only thing I did is I posted the allegations when they first came out in my Discord, simply saying PrimeCayes was accused of this, allegedly, or whatever. So I personally am glad that I didn't do any such bullshit. Hunter, when will you start your OnlyFans? Hey, you know, they're no longer banning sexual content. So now I can finally appropriately put my face on OnlyFans. So, who knows? Probably any day now. Alright, so Xanderhall is playing Rust, and I would like to be playing Minecraft while we talk to Xanderhall about this PrimeCayes stuff. Then we're going to go over Dylan's apology. Dylan, the guy who initially released these allegations, or at least had something to do with that, retracted it, has walked back. So let's go ahead and roll up our game. I got to get into my Twitch dashboard and all that crap, fix it, because Twitch really be like that. Right now, it's saying on Twitch we only have 11 viewers. Can we? No. Can we get more viewers on Twitch, please? Now. Thank you. Maybe once people see how dope it is that we're going to be playing Minecraft, they'll be tuning in. All right. Now we are playing Minecraft. Update information. We have successfully updated it. Alright, now it's going to say my frames are down for a second. Alright, I think we're good now. Yeah, it's saying it's buffering for a second. What it is when I connect to Minecraft, it slows up. So just give me one more second here, guys. Yeah, you know what? No wonder people aren't tuning in on Twitch. They're probably like, dude, I don't want to tune in and watch Boomer fiddle around and fumble with his computer. Turn max frame rates down. This doesn't really matter anyway. All right. Excuse me. There's going to be a bit of a lag here for just a second. All right, just hold on. Okay, well. He'll call anytime here. Stuff is just going to be slow for a second. You're going to get lag for just a second. New, better Stream World Pog. All right, let's go. Yeah, I really want to go over Dylan's apology here, but I think we should talk to Xander Hall first because I want to know full context of what happened. All right. I did not follow the PrimeCayes drama very much at all. That's why I want to have Xander Hall come on. He should be here in a second. So, we're working hard on the treehouse. Okay. I think that that's probably good enough for the roof. And then we're going to need one bigger beam. Oops. All right. If I fall to my death, then I'm going to get mad. I'm going to actually rage. You're going to see me rage like I've never raged before. Now, I am hoping that there are some... Oops. Now, I'm hoping that there are some people that would like to chat today on Discord. If you guys want to debate any kind of a disagreement, they're always welcome. Okay. There we are. Any minute now. All right, there we go. We're just starting with the opening Minecraft stream. Okay, that's the new format here for streams. Cause shout out to Twitch. Sooner or later here, we're gonna be moving streams all over to just Twitch. So, thank you, Most Spicy Noodle, for the follow. Thank you very much. All right. Am I doing something wrong? Because this is looking kind of funky. Okay. I'm going to be really one mad motherfucker if I fall. Holy shit. All right. All right, I'm not sure if they're going to be available here, so we might just need to Yeah, I do think there's something to be said. I think it's pretty cool that Destiny, I mean, he took a... If you want to talk, like, optics, the position he took in relation to the PrimeCayes thing was most certainly not the most optically correct position. Not even fucking close. Alright, we'll have a big thing here. What's up, Twitch? Thanks for following. My beautiful, luscious Twitch fans. Alright, am I out? Try calling now. Okay. You're gonna get lag. Just for a second, guys. There will be lag. Hunter promotes global warming? What? Alright, we're trying to call now. Hold on. Alright. Oops. Alright, I think that he's gonna be a little behind here, so We're back up and running, boys. Because we got stuff to do today besides just fucking playing Minecraft. I wish that we could just keep playing Minecraft. And we will be back to Minecraft later today. Don't worry, my friends. Xanderhall's brushing you off for rust? Yeah, well, fuck you, Xanderhall. No, I'm just kidding. It's fine. Whatever. No worries. Okay. Oh, shit. Oh, man. We have some big shit to talk about today, and I don't even know where to begin. Ooh. Alright, it's fine. Well, it's fine. I'll chat when he's ready. Okay. So, once again, the conservatives are back, but in a different kind of way. They're fighting with each other, amongst themselves. Now, I could be wrong here, but it's possible that now that Donald Trump is gone, they have no central figure to rally against. So now, who's a communist? They have to just start attacking everyone, you know? They don't have Donald Trump anymore to tell them who is and is not a communist. So they just have to go off their own gut feelings and start just attacking, I guess, each other. It has not been going great over on conservative bloc. Aside from the massive amounts of pollution in the air over there, we also have Alex Jones turning on Donald Trump. Alex Jones, for the longest time, really supported Donald Trump. He backed Trump so hardcore. If I'm not mistaken, didn't... You know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm speaking out of turn here. I know that Alex Jones was generally very favorable to Donald Trump. Like, of course he was. Not anymore. Now, as you're all aware by now, recently, at an Alabama rally, Donald Trump suggested to a booing audience that they get vaccinated. Now, conservatives were shocked. Betrayed, almost, if you will. How could Big Daddy Papa Trump do such a thing? Donald Trump, it's like he wants me to be alive so I can vote for him again. Fuck you, globalist piece of shit! That was a live replay of how this has been going down. So yeah, Trump was booed by a bunch of anti-vax conservative idiots. Because as we've already said over here on this channel, you have to be an idiot to not take this vaccine. That's the moral principled code over here, okay? So, after Donald Trump suggested you get vaccinated, and he treaded lightly, mind you, he was like, it's your freedom, you can do whatever you want, it's your life, live it like Bon Jovi says, it's all good and dandy, my friends. But I suggest getting, like he literally said, but I suggest getting the vaccine. You know, I got it. It was fine. He was treading so lightly. Didn't matter. Doesn't matter. Nope. Now Alex Jones. Raging at Donald Trump.
Got a bunch of medical doctors I want to play for you on this when we come back. But first, let's take President Trump, who I believe is a good person.
He's good, okay? I don't think he's like the actual devil. He's not the Antichrist. That's Hillary Clinton, all right?
And who I really care about, and who I want to see get a lot of good Republicans elected in the midterms, and who I would love to see run again. We got to take him to the woodshed, though, because he came out last week on Fox and Friends and said, I really am suspicious of this booster shot. If this supposedly works so well, why do you need a booster shot? Because you got lied to, Trump. It didn't have 98% efficacy. We knew day one it wouldn't work, period. It's a fraud. It'll create mutants. So,
okay. Do I just dive into this head first? Or do I tread lightly? Is it like wading into a cold pool? Or do you just jump in? Plug your nose and go for it? We can talk about booster shots later. it's my understanding that it hasn't even been fully confirmed yet. That it's like something, an idea that was floated, right? You know what? Fuck it. We're gonna look up booster shots now. Okay. Pfizer CEO predicts annual COVID-19 booster shots. Oh. Wait, is this what they're bitching about? Just like, oh my God, these people are. Yeah, this makes total sense because we know about the Delta variant. We know that COVID is mutating. We see this happen with other viruses, like the flu. They're talking about annual booster shots. If it works so well, why do we need another shot? Do you get your flu shot? Or is that something that you, is that the deep state also? Help me out here at that one. So, okay, now we know that the booster shot is a completely regular medical practice that deserves no such thing like this bizarre fear-mongering. We also have the much more serious claim levied by Alex Jones that this is going to turn people into mutants. All right? This is we're on some X-Men level shit right here. Alex, you play, please? Is this how
got a bunch of medical doctors I want to play for you on this. Said, I really am suspicious of this booster shot. If this is supposedly 8% efficacy, we knew day one it wouldn't work, period. It's a fraud. It'll create mutants. You got chumped. You got signed on to a fraud to restart the economy. I understand why you did it. You believe in science. Except these are bad actors, sir. You believed America could produce a good vaccine. Of course they could have. They didn't want to. They didn't create a vaccine. They created a Frankenshot.
Okay, I will completely admit that Alex Jones, man, he fucking nails that entertainment quality. You feel me? He's funny. It's like funny, but then you realize that this is not a joke. This guy unironically believes this shit. Can he just explain to me the mutants thing? What does this mean? I had my shot. I've had both my shots, actually. Have I mutated? I mean, it made my dick longer, but no, is that what I don't know what the mutating thing means. Apparently, though, you're going to turn into Spider-Man or something if you get this shot, I guess. And also, it's a Franken shot. We're going to be all turned into the Democrat zombies. They replace your brain with a couple of woke talking points, and next thing you know, you're going to be walking down the street. You're going to be literally saying that everything is woke. Actually, no, you're not. I can't do it. I can't ramble as fast as he can on the fly. Because then I'd have to stop and correct myself, see. I think I could do an Alex Jones thing, though. Let's see. The Frankenshot. Listen to me. They're going to inject it every single time that you walk down the street. Every single moment. It's going to look like racism. I can't really do the Alex Jones thing. Black Dynamite, thanks for the $2. I miss Trump. I miss when you had the balls to actually get in my Discord and debate me, because every time we talk, you donate some dumb shit, and then you never want to actually talk. Speaking of donating dumb shit, if you want your message read and responded to live, consider putting a donation into the super chat if you're watching on YouTube. But if you are a based, awesome, dope Twitch viewer, then consider sending something to my PayPal. You can include a message that way, and the PayPal is available right in my About section. If you're watching on Twitch, on the computer, you can scroll down. My PayPal link is right there. Feel free to attach a message, and it will be read and responded to live on this stream. So, yeah, if you want to help support the channel, help out. If not, sit back and enjoy. I am going to go over here because I'm looking at how we're doing over here on Twitch too. Hey, we got 63 viewers on Twitch. All right. I know on Twitch it's, it takes some time to build that up. Happy to see it though, and happy to have all of you loyal 63 viewers here. I love you. Pew, 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 meow. Thanks for the $2. You need to debate more anti-vax charlatans. Yeah. I don't know, get your mom on here or something. Whoever wants to talk. Is this going to play, or am I going to have to refresh it again?
Want to. They didn't create a vaccine. They created a Frankenshot. And now they've got you signed up to it. Now the left's saying you better get out there and push it, and you are. CNN comes out and says, we need to see Trump come out and tell people to take the shots. And within weeks of them saying it over and over again, CNN snaps their fingers, Jeff Zucker snaps his fingers, and Trump clicks his heels and hops up there at attention.
So the typical, here's a country where people got vaccinated and then COVID still happened. Yes, there are other variants of COVID that could be hitting them harder. I don't even know why specifically this spike would be here. But again, I'm sure it has a very reasonable explanation. I'm sure it has nothing to do with turning people into motherfucking mutants.
Says, how high do you want me to jump, boss? There's Trump in Alabama yesterday.
He's turning on him.
Totally in your freedoms, I do. You got to do what you have to do. But I recommend take the vaccines. I did it. It's good. Take the vaccines. But you got, no, that's okay. That's all right. You got your freedoms. But I happen to take the vaccine. If it doesn't work, you'll be the first to know, okay? I'll call up Alabama and say, hey, you know what? But it is working.
There you go.
Trump, that's
finally, based Trump. It's just so funny, all the Republicans turning on him for saying something reasonable.
a lie. You're not stupid. Just 2 weeks ago, they said it was 65%, then 40%. Saw a number put up about Pfizer shots, 30-something%. Because they just want to tell you it doesn't work, so you're running at the...
What is he talking about? I'm pretty sure I have a... Hold on. I thought I had an efficacy... Yeah. Yeah. Experts continue to learn about Pfizer's efficacy both in the laboratory and in the real world. Pfizer's initial phase 3 clinical data presented in December showed its vaccine to have 95% efficacy. It introduced a 91%. Okay. Then 100%, then 95%, and then another study not yet peer-reviewed provided more data that brought the efficacy number down to 84% after 6 months. Although efficacy against severe disease was 97%. So no, he's like completely exaggerating the facts there. It generally seems to be about a 90 to 95% efficacy. It's like, it's weird because Alex Jones believes in this big, like, evil, spooky, the media's all work. I might have to turn off notifications because you delicious bastards keep on hitting that follow button. He thinks that the media is all like conglomerated, right? They're all connected. They're all working together. They're the elites, everything else. But yet he's now using the fact that like different publications say different things to disprove the vaccine. Kind of destroys that they're all homogenous. I have a feeling that if every single news publication was like, it is saying it is at 99.1.02% efficacy rate, he would be like, they just want us all to be like NPCs. They all just say the same thing. But that's what a conspiratorial mindset does to people.
Percent, because they just want to tell you it doesn't work, so you're running at the new damn shot. And then they'll tell you in 6 months that one doesn't work. It's called rope-a-dope. Shame on you, Trump. Seriously, hey, if you don't have the good sense to save yourself, your political career, that's okay. At least you're going to get some good Republicans elected. And, you know, we like you, but my God, maybe you're not that bright. Maybe Trump's actually a dumbass. All right, we'll be right back. Stay with us.
Maybe Trump's a dumbass for wanting to get that pesky vaccine. I'm serious. I say it a million times and I'm going to keep saying it. He just wants them to not die so that they can vote for him. All right. Looks like Xander Hall's ready to jump on here. Hey, Xander Hall, what's up?
Oh, hey, what's up?
How you doing, man? Thanks for joining last minute here.
Yeah, no problem. I'm currently very sleep deprived because I was up all night preparing for what I'm doing right now, actually, which is Rust, the server that I play on, just had a forced wipe. And so I'm just streaming myself, getting started on this new wipe. It's a 1 week week wipe cycle. 1 week wipe cycle. I got a shit ton of BPs researched. I'm ready.
Hell yeah,
Tear
man.
some shit up. You should
Sounds
play
dope.
Rust. You should get into it. You'd like it.
Is it like Minecraft?
It's like Minecraft and what's a better comparison? It's have you ever played Minecraft Factions before?
No, I'm not a gamer at all. I have like 3 games that I play.
It's very good. Where's my fucking? I can't see my body.
Oh, I was like, wait, are you talking about the video game, or do you need me to call an ambulance?
Oh no, yeah, we good.
Yeah, so let's talk a little bit about the PrimeCayes thing. I am very unaware of everything going on for the most part. I purposely didn't say anything when I saw all this drama coming out. And for that, I'm very glad. I'm glad that I just kept my mouth shut, didn't say anything, and end up, saying something that I was going to have to walk back on. Do you want to give like a kind of succinct breakdown of what happened?
Yeah, I can. Basic BTO, you got to stop. I'm gonna call with Hunter right now. Sorry, I'm in the game and people are talking in the voice chat, and I'm gonna kill someone. Okay, so, all right, you know how like a lot of people get really, really worried about like false accusations of sexual impropriety being made towards them, like they might get Me Too'd or canceled or whatever.
Yeah.
So usually these like worries are pretty dumb to have because it's pretty uncommon that people get falsely accused.
Right.
Like if you're just some random normie, but if you're a content creator, and this is something I don't think a lot of people, particularly on the left, realize, but like if you're a content creator, there is such an incentive for people who don't like you to manufacture shit like that about you. I'm not saying it's what happened to Prime, but it's such an easy way to try to ruin someone's
right.
career.
The threat can be much more realistic to people who are in those kind of positions.
Yeah, it's like it might happen. It happened to me. There was someone who tried to a large YouTuber, Thought Slime, who tried to accuse me of having a sex cult, which, for the record, if that was true, I would have bragged about it constantly. It would not have been this big secret thing or whatever it was they tried to make it out to be. I would be.
How did they?
I would be bragging about
that. Is that
shit
just like a bull-faced lie that they made up?
Oh god, I want to get super into it. I have a video on it that just debunks everything. I put out a big, massive post of screenshots, like a novel long. But
we'll have to do that another time because we got to go to the PrimeCayes thing.
We'll talk the PrimeCayes thing. Basically, what happened is PrimeCayes or PrimeCayes is how it's actually pronounced, but I refuse to pronounce it that way. I'm going to say Kayes because it feels better. PrimeCayes was is a panel host, like debate guy, kind of like Dylan Burns.
Yeah,
and even though Dylan would suggest this isn't the case, they do compete, right? Like obviously, if Dylan has you on for the hippy dippy roundtable, you're probably not down to do the same week when a PrimeCayes panels, right? Some people just don't have that energy in them, so they do compete for the same like pool of audience as well as the same guests, even if they don't stream at the same time. And the whole idea is that a girl named Katarana came out with accusations. Yeah, she seems chill. She's the one that would message me to go on Dylan or Prime's show. So don't really know her beyond that though. Like very, very brief professional interactions with her, like once or twice. Basically, she came out with accusations against PrimeCayes in the form of twitlonger, saying that for months Prime had been making very inappropriate sexual comments, unwarranted sexual advances, and would regularly engage in like the way she described it was like actively malicious, like predatory behavior. Right. And that her reason for making the post and outing Prime and doing this whole thing was to make sure that Prime wouldn't do this to other women. That's the whole idea behind putting out accusations like this. At the end of the day, you're trying to stop potentially them. Yeah, you're trying to stop them from having the power that they leverage in order to sexually abuse people.
Right.
The problem is and everyone jumped on board with these accusations, which I'm not a big fan of. I don't like when people hear accusations like this about a large figure and immediately take it at face value and don't even look into it a tiny bit. I'm a big fan of when it comes to accusations of anything like this, how serious they are. They need to be taken very seriously. And it's not something that I think needs to be like politicized necessarily, or not politicized, but like it needs to be
don't-
looked into
You
properly.
shouldn't have people jumping on a bandwagon. Like, you don't want, when there are accusations involved like this, yeah, you don't just want people like, well, everyone else is saying it, so I guess this is true. Like, you don't want people to jump on that kind of a bandwagon.
That's what ended up happening. And Destiny was, because Destiny got involved with this, and thank God he did, frankly.
Based
And,
Destiny.
he was based in this, although he did have a few weird, kind of iffy takes, but for the most part,
watched his
pretty
whole
happy
thing.
with what he did.
Yeah, I haven't watched his whole thing, so, if he said anything iffy, I don't actually remember or know. But I do remember thinking it's pretty surprising that he is taking this, like, if, like, optics-wise, he is taking, like, that was an optically horrible position for him to take. And, like, almost everyone was, like, against him at first when he was talking about it.
Mhm.
And then it turned out that, like, a lot of, like, what he was saying was kind of justified.
Yeah, there was like a few lines that he had where he was talking to Dylan. I'm gonna run you through the whole thing in a sort of like abridged version, but there were some iffy things he said that I want to get it out there right now that I don't endorse. Like, he was saying to Dylan, like, "Come on, man, this is classic woman manipulation," like shit like that. I was like, "Come on, man, like, come on, don't go full incel on us, dude." Like,
Oh,
yeah,
God.
that was a little yikesy, but overall, it was nice that he came in and actually, like, I'll explain what happened. Basically, Dylan did a stream.
I saw
which,
a little bit of it. I watched the general breakdown, and I know that he was pointing to a few examples in the Twit longer where she was saying that, like, she wanted him to stop, but she wasn't sure if she could talk to him about it, and she didn't want to, like, mess up her, like, career opportunity or something like that. I know that was one that he talked a lot about.
So there were a few things that Destiny pointed out that in hindsight should have been very sus to people from the beginning. I didn't even, like, look at this drama at all until 2 days later. And I did sort of like a retrospective, just completely fresh face to the entire drama, completely unbiased, did a segment where I just went into it and I watched all the clips, all the VODs, read all the Twit longers and all the screenshots, and just came out of it with our own opinion. And my opinion was quite heavily leaning on the side of Prime. Basically, Dylan did a stream where he went over the accusations, and Katarana was with him because they are roommates, as far as we know at this point. And, they're talking about the accusations, and then Destiny wants to come on. Obviously he's not streaming. He's in, like, the Netherlands, being sold meth without realizing it, which was really fucked
Jesse
up.
Pinkman over there.
Yeah. There's ironically, he used to shave. He one time shaved his head and had a goatee back in the day. There's an image of that, and he's holding a gun to the camera. So I posted that in response to that whole thing.
I remember that. Yeah.
Basically, he came on, and it was like so fucking contentious at first, and everyone was going against what Destiny was saying. But Destiny is pointing things out that just didn't line up. Like, in the accusations, Katarana said that Prime was making repeated, unwanted, just general advances towards her. But then if you look at the screenshots, especially the ones Prime released a little later, there are points where, for months back, well before Prime and Katarana were actually working together in any professional sort, there was shit like Katarana engaging and starting like 8 to 12 hour long Discord calls at like 1 a.m. Like, she had arranged for Prime to like give her wake up calls, because I guess an alarm isn't good enough. So Prime was like, calling in to, like,
I would cut into that and just say, is there more? Because that alone doesn't necessarily, like,
there's so much more. There's so much more.
That doesn't necessarily
was just
prove anything, though. That alone.
No, it doesn't. But it already sort of establishes, like, it kind of takes away credit, I would say, from what Katarana is saying. When your accusations are Katarana's screenshots. So the thing is, Katarana's screenshots were highly, like, clipped. Like, you ever see some, like, screenshots of some messages, and it's like they show like 4 inches of the logs, and that's all they show. Like, they're very selective what they show in the logs, and it's like, well, it could be to prevent doxing, but it could also be to hide, like, something that might be unflattering for the point you're trying to make. Basically, what ended up happening was people looked into it, and it became very obvious that some things weren't on the up and up. As people looked into more of these messages, and
Hey,
people also found out.
sorry to
Oh,
cut you
yeah.
off, but we just got a raid from Loner Box. Thank you, man.
Yeah, I
Appreciate it,
talked to
dude.
Lonerbox the other day. Chill
Oh,
dude.
cool, man. Hey, thanks for the raid. Yeah, if you guys are tuning in and you enjoy social politics and chatting and hanging out, then hit that follow button. All right, sorry, Xander, to interrupt you there. I just wanted to make sure I paid my respects to the lovely raid that we just got. But yeah, go ahead. There were the 8-hour long phone calls. And yeah, I can just say right off the bat, that does shoot down some credibility, because if it's unwanted, why would you be talking to the person for like 12 hours at 1 a.m.? Usually if people
Yeah.
are making you uncomfortable, like, you wouldn't do that.
Yeah, absolutely. BTO, you'll have to DM me the code for that, by the way. Basically, that was the first hint that things were a little off. Then PrimeCayes released more screenshots on Twitter. And those screenshots added extra context to already released messages by Katarana. The biggest, like, most damning screenshots against Prime was like Prime posting some admittedly very cringy, like, flirty messages. But if we're being honest, if any of us went back and looked at any flirty messages we've had with like our significant others, like, I'm pretty sure if you went back and looked at your first ever like messages with Carissa, you'd be cringing your fucking brains out. I know I'd be cringing my brains out of my first messages with my girlfriend. Like, yeah.
I feel like we'd probably cringe even now if some of our messages were just like released publicly, because it's like, if you're flirting with one other person, it's like pretty like, other than the person that likes you, everyone else is gonna find that cringy.
Yeah, absolutely. And so those messages came out, and it was like Prime being pretty cringy with like messages, and Katarana responding with shit like die, like this one word die like multiple times. And it came off as like her being like violently, saying, no, I'm not interested in you. And that's the way those screenshots made it look. But then Prime included and a few extra lines above that where she's saying ooh woo and shit, like right before that. Like, clearly, maybe not realizing it, but certainly engaging in flirting and possibly just leading him on. You could make a case for that. It was just very
It just sounds like it could even just be like, I don't know. You're right that it doesn't sound like sexual harassment, though.
It was very flirty, or at least it seemed that way. Like, I'm gonna be honest, okay? This is like me injecting my own personal opinion. But like, this is like, all right, maybe this is just me, but men will be desperate to see any sign of interest by a woman that they're interested in as a sign of like that girl being interested in like a relationship. Like, if a girl says, hey, you want to hang out, that's like immediately a sign of like of them being interested in you. If they message first, you might interpret it that way.
Right.
At least that's how I am. Like,
I'll
like tunnel vision. You tunnel vision. Guys tend to do that, right?
Lassies. I don't know. I mean, I'm married, so I got tunnel vision for my waifu, and that's about it, bruh. So I don't know.
But like, I imagine when you were younger.
I don't know about you, but I don't know how old you are,
Yeah.
but I'm about to turn
I'm 22.
25. So okay, so yeah, sit down, kid. All right, I'm about to turn 25. I've been around. I know how it is to be cringy with the flirtiness, but
Yeah.
nah.
I understand you're married.
I'm
But
kidding,
at least for me, and for a lot of people that I know, like, that are dudes, it's like, if we just have a tendency to, like, if we like a girl, to just get tunnel vision and view very benign things. Things like, hey, me and my friends are going out this weekend. You want to hang out with us? Is like some amount of interest. Like, so there's a chance, like that kind of shit.
Everything is like perceived as a interest, especially with that like kind of crush. I don't know. I see it as pretty juvenile still. I feel like that the whole like, oh my god, he texted first kind of thing is like, I think that's super juvenile, to be fair.
Oh, it is.
To interpret
absolutely
everything as like an interest. Like, if you like someone, you should just be honest with them, be upfront with them that you like them and you're interested in them. And then if they aren't interested, then respect what they say. It's that simple.
Yeah, no, 100%. The thing is with this drama, it wasn't that simple because more stuff continued to come out. One of the first people who jumped to Katarana's side with all of this, Samantha Banana, ended up that same day retracting her support, I guess. Not necessarily her support, but
I know that she
her
made an apology because the messages that she sent Prime lacked proper context. Right?
Yeah, the impression that was given by Katarana was that Katarana had come forward to Samantha Banana way before this became public, saying, "I'm being sexually harassed by a fairly large left wing like political streamer on Twitch," and eventually admitted it was Prime. And the impression was like that this has been a well known thing. And then Samantha Banana, I believe, had also claimed that that she'd gone to Prime and said, "Hey, I know what you're doing. You need to stop." And then Prime had like gone on some sort of like egomaniac, like, "I know which girls won't talk. Okay, I know what I'm doing. She's not going to say shit." Like described it as there being like this unironic, like criminal mastermind like mindset for Prime. But then eventually Samantha came out and like retracted that. And then like more and more stuff just came out. PrimeCayes did a whole live stream going over a lot more of the messages. And this is the big one. Yes, Caddy just wiped. This is the big one. Destiny dropped the secret bombshell. So this confused a lot of people. So Dylan is gay, right? I assume you're aware of that?
Yeah, of course.
So Dylan lives with Katarana. But as far as everyone knew up until this point, they were roommates. But Destiny dropped the bombshell that for the last few weeks at least, they'd actually been dating. It was against Dylan's wishes, but Destiny dropped that bombshell. And I'm kind of glad he did because holy fuck, tell me that there isn't a conflict of interest when you've got the big streamer who's like hardcore pushing these accusations, who is a competitor to Prime and is also dating the accuser. Like, I feel like keeping the fact that they're dating a secret is just a massive conflict of interest, right? It doesn't mean that maybe that sexual harassment didn't happen, but it does suggest that, like, fuck, why are you hiding that from us, though? You know, like, we need to know that. Like, that's a big deal. We need to know.
Context there.
Yeah, so just thing after thing ended up coming out. Prime ended up releasing his own screenshots, and the general consensus was for the last couple days, Prime clearly what was happening here was Katarana was either one, I don't think this is the case, like a manipulative evil liar who was trying to ruin Prime and had like suckered Dylan into doing the same thing, or maybe Dylan was behind it. Like you can have that like conspiracy take. My take is honestly that Katarana is just not very good at social interaction, and neither is Prime, and that neither of them had like the social skills to be like, hey, are we flirting here? Are we interested here? And there was actually one point where Prime asked her if they could be in a relationship, and this would have been the point for her to say no. This is the closest to no that she gets. This is the closest in all the screenshots that it gets to Katarana saying no and rejecting Prime. It's Prime asking if like they're together, if they're gonna date or whatever, and her saying, "You really don't want to date me, you know, I'm just not at that point in my life right now. Like maybe." It was not a no, I'm not interested. It was like, I'm not really at that point right now where I can date. It was just like
it was kind of open-ended.
You can read the messages yourself. The screenshots are available. It came off as teasing, like you don't wanna like issuing a challenge, you know, like that's the way it came off to me.
Is there a place where they're all compiled?
The way I saw them was in PrimeCayes' stream, but I guarantee somebody has screenshotted them.
It's probably on some Reddit thread like, somewhere, yeah.
Yeah, Destiny's subreddit would probably have it. You could someone in chat.
How did Destiny drop that bomb? How did he know that?
Destiny knows way more about this shit than I do because he's really big, so I feel like people are a little bit more likely to spill like beans to him because they feel like there's some like amount of trust or like responsibility he has to keep secrets because he's so big, and like leaking something really bad or really personal for his own gain could be like really detrimental to his career. So I guess Dylan had admitted to Destiny, or Katarana had admitted to Destiny that they were dating. And that's why Destiny dropped that bombshell during that talk. And Dylan was not happy because the chat lost their shit. Like nobody knew. Like it was insane when Destiny dropped that bombshell.
So maybe Dylan's bi.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's a lot of people have been saying, like, Dylan lied about his sexuality to, like, gain LGBT clout. I don't like that. I really don't like that talking
dude.
point.
He might have just been, he's bi, it sounds like, and probably just didn't.
Yeah, he's probably bi or pan. And the way it seems is that, like, dude's, like, 20 years old. He's young. He's a streamer, so he's constantly in the, like, under the eye of tons of people. And when you're that age and you're like exploring your sexuality, it's got to be a pain in the ass to be under the scrutiny of so many people, right? Like experimenting and like trying to figure out who you really are just ends up being seen as like some political or like narcissist move or something from the public. It really sucks for him.
Yeah,
at least.
Honestly, I can totally empathize with that because that's kind of how it was when I walked away from the right a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of.
All right. Well, honestly, I feel
response.
like I have a pretty good understanding now of what's going on. I know after this we're gonna watch the Dylan apology video.
Well, yeah, that's the final thing. I mean, I don't want to spoil too much, but Dylan did issue an apology, and from the looks of it, like, all right. I was cringing so hard during that because like Prime was actually there for the apology, and Prime was too nice. Okay, like. Maybe this is just me. I'm an extraordinarily spiteful person. Okay, I hold on to grudges for a very long time.
You don't
like,
seem like it.
Maybe not, but like, it's not necessarily that I'm like seething with anger 24/7. But if someone fucks me over, I'm like a character in a Telltale game. I remember that shit. And if I ever see the opportunity to get revenge, I will take it, and I'll keep an eye out for it. A good example. Do you know who Izzy Bear is?
No.
Okay, yeah. Maybe some people watching probably know who Izzy Bear is, but she was like this woke scold like person who Destiny had run-ins with before, Vosh had run-ins with before, and she was like this very shitty woke scold that had a lot of support from like a lot of people in the online left. And I ended up debating her, and she was like calling me transphobic for having genital preferences or whatever. And then a few months later, you know, having completely forgotten about this person for the most part, I still knew who they were. It ended up coming out and some somewhat, you know, not getting too much attention initially accusations. Massive Twitlonger came out with tons of evidence from multiple people who all came together, actually revealing that she was an abusive, transphobic, ableist piece of shit who was spending all of the money for the house for like vulnerable like LGBT people that she'd started on like cigarettes, wings, ATVs, and like other shit like that. And it was like career ruining accusations. You better believe I did everything in my power to spread those accusations as far and wide as I could. And I think she's gone now. I haven't seen her on the internet in a while. So
oh my god, that's like the oh shit. Yeah, that is definitely, that's like the projection right there, because she calls everyone else transphobic, but then it comes out that she is.
Yeah, so it's like stuff like that, right? If someone fucks me over, it's not that I'm like constantly seething in rage about them. It's more so that's like, I'm gonna remember what this person did to fuck me over, and if I'm still upset about it, then I'm going to like
get revenge.
I'm gonna take advantage, you know? Yeah. So like, but Prime was like, just never talk to me again to Dylan. Like Prime was just like, please don't talk to me. Don't engage with my stream. Please. I don't want anything to do with you ever again. Like that was mostly what he said. And I was like, fuck, like he's being way too nice. If I was in Prime's position, I would be milking the fuck out of this. The being falsely accused and going from being like the most hated person on the lefty side of the internet to being absolved for the most part by most people. Like, God, I would be jerking myself off and having like long streams where I go on rants. I would be milking it dry for as much like content as I could. Absolutely, were I in his place, I would have been way more shameless about it. But you have to if you're like a content creator, you know, a little bit shameless.
Yeah, you do have to be a little shameless sometimes. Well, hey man, I appreciate you coming on and explaining this. This was definitely really comprehensive. I think we're gonna watch. I guess we're just gonna jump into the apology now, and then. People are saying I should watch Destiny's video, but isn't it like 2 hours long?
would highly, if you just want hours of content that you can sit with chat and keep a pretty like substantial viewer count and just like really just drag out some content that's fairly low effort, you should watch the Destiny versus Dylan like VOD. It's a little long. You don't have to watch all of it, but just skip to when Destiny gets there and
Watch that debate part.
Yeah, that you want to see that, whether it's on stream or off. I'd recommend on stream because content, my dude.
Yeah, I've already watched some of it.
It's really worth a watch.
How long does that debate go on for? Do you know? Is it like an hour and a half?
If you're gonna watch it on stream, I'd skip around a bit. It's a couple hours.
Oh wow,
it went on for a while.
Okay, wow, gotcha.
But the Dylan
is that
apology is only 13 minutes.
Is that when Destiny drops the bomb?
Yeah, that's where it happened.
Okay.
But I would start, like, if you want to cover it and do a segment on it, I would start with the Dylan apology. It's only 13 minutes long.
Okay.
Yeah,
well, we're gonna get into that now then. All right, man. Well, hey, thanks for tuning in. Oh,
yeah, have a good one, man.
Thanks to everybody else for tuning in. Thank you, Xanderhall, for calling in. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I gotta dip out. I have too many viewers right now. This is a rest stream. This many viewers isn't allowed.
Gotcha. All right. See you, man.
All right, I'll see you later. Have a good one, dude.
You too. All right. Let's go through this apology video, huh? Oh wait, I don't want to remove this. I just want to. Okay. So now I feel like we have a pretty decent understanding of what's happened. A holistic view.
Okay. I think PrimeCayes wanted to have the first word and the last word.
Okay.
So,
Oh, boy.
yeah, go ahead, Prime, if you have opening statements.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So this last week has been pretty terrible on a few levels. But I just want to be clear about like what's about to happen right now. No matter what's said between Dylan and I, this isn't.
Wait, hold on. Just watch the edited version on Destiny's channel? Do we want to watch this first? What do we do first? Stop it, chat! Marcos, by the way, thanks for the $5 donation. Does anyone else sometimes get the urge to snort their entire tub of G Fuel and dance to Trump versus Clinton rap battles on their rooftop? No, just me. I thought that was just me before, but shit, thank you. Make me feel less alone out here. Adrian Knight, thanks for the $5. You should watch Evangelion sometime? Okay, sounds cool. And yeah, if you're watching on Twitch or YouTube, then consider sending a donation via PayPal. That is the way that you can attach a message and have your message read and responded to live. The apology is short. Yeah, we're going to watch this.
In any way an invalidation of what Katarana was feeling and what she's been expressing, right? So, like, this is just Dylan and I working out on mistruths that were spoken before, but like my response video.
Destiny debate first. All right, well, then we're going to do the Destiny debate first. Okay.
Things that could get you in trouble.
When does Destiny call in? Or do people want to see the full fucking VOD? Is that what we're going to do? Why is it important for Destiny to join the call? Dylan finds out that...
Samantha admits she didn't tell Prime to stop in the thing. Let me look. I owe a massive apology to Prime for all misrepresentation on my behalf. I'm always... Holy shit, really? So she fucked me. Representation on my behalf. I don't want to hurt any aspect if you let...
All right, when do they... Now I do kind of want to watch all this shit. Fuck. Okay, It has to happen in chronological. Okay. Is there can someone help me out in finding out where I watched the Dylan Burns debate? Okay, Destiny Vault. Here we go.
Just so we can stop like performing for like all these people. Like I'm
Okay.
It's like I want
Part 3, talking with Dylan about sexual harassment and chat with him. Are there 3 parts, I guess? Talking through the PrimeCayes, talking with Dylan.
I understand.
It says part 3, but I don't see a part 1, so I'm gonna suppose this is where it's at.
He doesn't want to bring me on because he knows the whole thing is BS. Dude, what the? You know what? Fuck it, I'll do it.
All right, I guess we're gonna do this in
I'll do it.
Minecraft for a little while, huh?
Why not?
Okay. Maybe we can watch it on faster speed, huh?
And, like, what? Wait. Is there? Send it to me.
So I sent you one of his things. I can ask her for more DMs too, if he's willing to. Do you not think it feels a little bit intimate to ask somebody to call you to wake you up in the morning?
I don't think it's intimate enough for this type of behavior because things can be intimate in a way like of good friends, besides of like something like this.
They could be, but if somebody's making like a lot of like hits on you as well, they're clearly past the friend zone. Like, you don't think that like maybe okay, it seems like maybe there's something there.
Honestly, no, I don't think that's enough for me.
Okay, let's say that. So ordinarily, I wouldn't grant you all that because I think we're already into fairyland when we say that like, oh no, like he's flirty, and I have him calling me every morning to wake me up.
Wait. Was it every morning?
I don't know if it's every morning, but like
Kat,
for me,
I can go
I'm just saying that like I'm just saying for 99% of people,
Kat,
you're like,
was it every morning?
Yeah.
Did Prime call you every morning because of that one like morning call?
All right, let's.
So what was that morning call for?
Let's do this shit.
And you have other people do that as well, like Fluff and others, who you're not romantically interested in? Okay, well, there you go. Well, so...
Could you ask Katarina this question? I'm just curious.
Sure.
Was she having Prime call her to wake her up and after streams for months? Can you ask her that question?
Okay. Pat, were you having Prime call you after stream and before stream for months? It was reciprocal. They would call each other.
Oh, okay. So now let's move a little bit past this. So my question is, at any point in time, is there any log anywhere between them talking where she says explicitly, hey, I don't appreciate this, like, I don't want to talk in this manner anymore? Do you have a single log or conversation of any of that ever happening ever?
No.
Oh boy.
So then, how are we ever supposed to know that Prime thought that he was doing something that was in the wrong if they were already having a flirtatious relationship?
They weren't
before
having
she
a
ever started
flirtatious
working with him?
relationship. If it was completely one way.
You just said that they were
Destiny,
mutually
if I said you
calling
have a
before
nice
and
dick,
after.
you have a nice dick, you never respond, you're like, haha, okay, goodbye. You have a nice dick, Destiny. And I kept doing that. And it was never reciprocated in any manner. And I pay you. You not think there's any problem there?
If you and I were calling each other before and after every stream for months, and you said that one of us was saying the other had a nice dick, I would assume that there's like a romantic interest every time. Yeah, of course.
And none of it's
yeah.
never reciprocated, ever.
Well, I don't know if it's never been reciprocated. As far as I know, if I'm like
The link, he is posting images right now for whatever, and the closest I can see is like, I look at the sign of progress. There's like nothing here that's flirtatious.
So go read the DMs that I sent you. Nothing here comes off as a little flirtatious, just a little bit.
Yeah, let's check it out.
We're gonna.
I was
have
just looking at this. This doesn't come off as
lag for just a
flirtatious at
second
all.
here, okay?
Really?
No. I can put it. I'll put it on stream. I'm fine with this.
You keep making me smile. Bitch, I see that. Looking like me in 8th grade. Get help, lol. Raffle, even your comments are cute. I can live with this. None of that comes off as a little bit flirty.
That is, dude, that is not enough, man. If that's all he can dig up, he doesn't got
sounds a little
shit, man.
flirty
Come
to me.
on.
No, wait, hold on. The reason why I'm thinking of her is because Katarina's presented literally nothing. So if we're saying doesn't have shit, Katarina hasn't presented anything. Because what I would want to see from Katarina is one message where she says, hey, I don't appreciate this, I don't want this anymore.
To be clear,
Yeah.
Katarina told him, I have a boyfriend. Do you not think that's a good way to like say, hey, I have a boyfriend. I want you to know I have a boyfriend. That's a good way to be like, I
Okay,
don't wanna do
that's a
this.
good point.
Like, that's one of the best ways to
No,
turn it down.
that is,
No?
well, no.
If you said, hey, you have a nice dick, and then I keep bringing, hey, I gotta go talk to my boyfriend. Like, this one's a classic way to turn people down. And it's a good indirect way to do it.
I understand that we live like in a very left-leaning society and all that shit, but if you are talking to somebody like and they're calling you to wake you up and you're talking to them before and after for months, and like their relationship doesn't even sound real, but they have a boyfriend. That sounds like dating to me almost. That's like an e-girlfriend or e-boyfriend.
I have friends like that all the time. What do you mean? I call. Wait. I've done this with Demon Mom. I've done this with a lot of people. What do you mean, Destiny?
Demon Mom calls you to wake you up in the
Not
morning.
call me to wake me up. I've had
before?
friends call me to wake me up in the morning. Yeah, I've had my friends to do that before. What do you mean?
Okay, let's
My
try
alarm's
to-
broken on my phone.
Okay, I'm gonna come around. I don't know how an alarm can be broken on a phone. I don't even know what that means. Okay, but let's run around the corner to the back of the building. Okay, let's see if we can look from the back of the building. Do you understand how somebody might be a little bit confused if they are talking to somebody?
So Destiny comes in really hot right away, okay? He doesn't waste time. He's not messing around. He's not even streaming on his end. And this is what I mean is when Destiny's doing this conversation, the whole left side of Twitter or whatever is against PrimeCayes at the time. So Destiny is taking a really unpopular position here, and he's coming in really strong. So far, 7 minutes in, we're watching it sped up. So far, so good. All right.
Going over stream, giving them wake-up calls for months and being flirty with them, and they're still engaged in that behavior. You don't see how that might be a little bit confusing to somebody?
The thing is, I could see a situation where someone gets wake-up calls, or once does a wake-up call, and that one instance...
Wait, it wasn't just once?
How many times was it?
I don't know, ask Katarina.
Katarina, how many times did you ask Prime to give you wake-up calls? You'll go look? There we go. She'll go look right now.
So...
Hello?
Destiny, I'm honestly surprised. I don't know how you're taking this position. This is fucking wild to me.
Well, because what it looks to me is like incredibly obvious. So from my macro perspective, and by the way, I like you more than Primes, okay? So I'm not even like, I don't have like a dog in the race. Well, if I did have a dog in the race, you would be my dog in the race. Not like an actual dog, like you tried to make me when somebody asked for cute pets, by the way, which was dehumanizing me as a non-binary person. No, I'm just kidding. But like, so from the macro perspective, what it looks like is Katarina and Prime were probably mutually flirtatious for quite a while at some point in time. And then Katarina probably either lost interest, or she has a boyfriend, and obviously she didn't do that, or she just gave off a lot of confusing signals, and at some point kind of toned it back a bit. PrimeCayes either didn't pick up on this, or did, and we don't have all the DMs, so it's hard to see. And then at some point, Katarina decides that she doesn't want to be Prime anymore. She leaves, and then boom, we torpedo the Prime show. We're friends with Dylan. Wait, do you guys have like a romantic relationship or anything? Is that?
At the moment, no.
Wait, what does that mean?
I mean, maybe it'll become romantic later. What does that mean? What do you mean?
Wait. Okay, hold on. Okay, we'll put all that aside again.
Wait, why would that matter anyway?
Because there's like 27 different conflicts of interest here.
27 different. Wait. Conflicts of interest is one thing. Like if Russia Today published a piece, like here's evidence that the CIA like slaughtered like a bunch of people, and then like there's like here's all this evidence, here's witness testimony, all this. You can be like, well, Russia Today, I mean, they have conflicts of interest, but at the end of the day, if the evidence is clear, the evidence is clear.
But the problem is there's no evidence, Dylan.
Wait, how many witnesses would I need to bring in of him admitting this for that to like be good? Because I can get another one on top of Samantha.
The problem is that, first of all, Samantha also is highly motivated as somebody that tries to be like the Twitch political masterminds behind the scenes. Trust me, I know a lot about all these games, okay? I talk to a lot of people. Also, you might be able to bring in a lot of people. I could bring in a lot of people too. You know that there are a lot of people that are standing on the other side of this with more credibility than probably Samantha and her friends, yeah? So like, don't act
possibly.
Like I'm not going to start dropping names, okay?
Of course,
but I'm just saying, okay, that there are a lot of people that know that these two individuals were talking for a long time and that it was probably mutually flirtatious. And for you to come out and drop this type of nuke to try to destroy like his whole fucking career and shit. Yeah.
Why? Well, can I ask you, like, legitimately, like, motivation-wise, what would be my motivation behind destroying his show? Genuinely.
Oh boy.
Okay.
The idea is
right,
they have a
skip
show, right?
a little bit.
I mean, I'm not gonna. I mean, this is very.
There's signals that means that you can say like nice ass and nice tits, and you can say
so
that.
So I'm curious. No, be very careful when you answer this. What would you need to see to be convinced that it at least seemed like there was like a two-way romantic interest, or that one party could maybe perceive it as such? If wake-up calls in the morning, 8-hour Discord calls aren't enough, what would you actually need to see?
I would need to see like something like, "Hey Prime, I think you're really handsome," or "Yeah, I think you're kind of cute, Prime," or "Hey Prime, you're like something along those lines." The type of stuff Prime was constantly throwing at Cat, which Cat never reciprocated.
Okay, give me like 5 or 10 minutes and we'll see if those materialize. Okay, do you think that it's a little bit weird?
Wait, so you're saying if those don't materialize, then will you change your opinion?
No, I've already got enough for me to 100% know there's a mutual interest. Because I'm not a moron. Like, if somebody
I mean, you seem like one right now.
No, well...
Damn.
I'm trying to tread lightly because I understand you're in a very precarious position right now for multiple reasons.
Throwing
like,
shade.
For most people listening, if somebody is giving somebody wake-up calls in the morning and having multiple, like, fucking 8-hour discussions, there's obviously what appears to be two-way romantic, like...
But there's no evidence of it. It's just speculation.
Okay, so this is where I disagree a little bit because I think that you can have long conversations without there being necessarily this romantic interest. However, I do think that it probably shows that you're not uncomfortable around the person to be having these long conversations with them. Keep in mind that when these conversations occurred, they weren't working together. So I disagree a little bit with that assertion that it's like, well, they talked for a long time. That's obviously a romantic interest. I don't think that it has to be romantic, and I don't think that it even has to be romantic to still take a huge chunk of credibility away from the initial allegations. Because again, if you're talking to someone for 8 hours, you're not comfortable that, if you're talking to someone for 8 to 12 hours, calling them at 1 a.m. is what Xanderhall was saying, most likely you're not super uncomfortable by that person. That treehouse is so basic. You know what, James Wall? You're basic, and your life is basic. Nathan K, thanks for the $5. Biden pulled a big brain move by pulling the military before evacuating the embassy and other American citizens, leaving the guns with a cherry on top. Yeah. Smiley P, thanks for the $5. I'm an anarchist / communist in your waiting room looking to debate if you have time today. Yeah, sure. We're kind of cruising through this PrimeCayes stuff, so yeah.
Evidence of what? Of the super
Of a
long calls
two-way
of-
romantic relationship. This is all speculation, wild speculation.
What I'm saying is, it's not wild speculation. If somebody is talking to somebody of the opposite sex that much, and they're being like super flirty towards them, like.
Then couldn't I speculate? Wait, if we're doing the speculation back and forth, then couldn't I speculate that maybe one of the reasons you want to defend Prime is you want to go on a platform where you can yell at dumb fucks because the videos where you yell at where they have dumb fucks are some of your most popular videos. Like the race realist, that one black guy was like oh, black
So
woman or whatever.
I can go on Politically Provoked to do that. I can go on your show to do that. I can go on
Having
Hunter's
more
show to do
available
that.
sources is good though. See, we can have the speculation game all day.
Yeah, but the problem is if I come on here like this, I'm kind of sort of like almost burning my bridge with you. So I don't think it makes, and Samantha, the big the puppet master behind the scenes. So I don't think that this plays like very well for me. Now, I'm the key bridge burner on Twitch, so I don't know why you would imply that I'm doing something to maintain connections.
Wait, because like, even if you're a key bridge burner, that doesn't mean you're business stupid.
What?
Sure, but like, I mean, I could be streaming this.
Honestly,
Honestly,
I know you had cordial relationships with people that you're probably not super fans of. Have you never done that for just business
No,
reasons?
those don't last very long because usually we get into even people that have really friendly relations. I was a really friendly relationship with Brittany, and I think she fucking hates me now. So no, I don't think so. And I think I have a good relationship
Good.
with like,
Honestly,
everyone.
dude,
The only issue that
have you guys heard of that Britney cuck? Dude, the girl that oh shit. The girl that did the politically provoked thing, apparently she was red pilled by this like little anime dweeb that took over instead of Big Papa Fascist. Apparently the left-wing host has been red pilled because, like, I mean, who fucking knows? Like, obviously white people being a minority is bad because, like, obviously, right? Teehee. Anyway, a little off subject there, but just to make it clear, yeah, fuck that person.
I have right now is that like Prime looks like he's getting like nuked from orbit, or what looked to be at one point a two-way like mutually flirtatious relationship that turned into Katarina like manipulating him for like the point of the show, and then
manipulating.
She admits she says it in her own twin longer, dude.
What, she manipulated him?
Yes.
Where does she say that?
She says, on my end, it was always an internal struggle to decide whether I got to keep my dignity in the situation and express my discomfort or suck it up and grow as a streamer through him giving me a platform. So it sounds like she might have been able to say, like, hey, this makes me a little uncomfortable, but she decided to keep playing him to get a spot on the show.
No. That means that she wouldn't speak out against.
Okay, that does sound bad. It's like Dylan's response makes sense. It is possible that, yeah, you know, let me go back here. Hold on.
Why you would imply that I'm doing something to maintain connections?
Wait.
Oh, Destiny, you're super cool. Do you want to go out for drinks? And I'm like, okay, yeah, fuck it. Let's say we go out for drinks. Now, she's got a way bigger platform than mine. Now, I hate her. I don't like her. I hate child-friendly streams or whatever. I don't like Pokemon. But we go out. She's super flirtatious towards me. I'm like, okay, whatever. And then eventually, she's
all
like,
right, where do
hey,
we get to the bomb, yo?
Bad guy
right
number
now,
one.
she's away from keyboard. By the way, wait. I know a neutral third party. Lauren Southern worked for you. God damn it. Rob Noor, question mark. Jokes aside, though, that's what Doobie says right after. Jokes aside, bro. If this isn't handled correctly, and it turns into Dylan and then the rest of Lefty Twit, and then they fucking go on with the conversation. We might have to go to war with Dylan if he takes
You know why Brian like had like a war room thing set up, right?
Because he wanted to get ahead of this.
Yeah, because he thought that like you and Katarina were going to do a big stream of like nuking his career, which is exactly what you did. So I don't necessarily fault him for like trying to get ahead of this or figure out like the messaging. No offense to Prime, but he's not the best speaker, so it's not really surprising to me at all.
Extremely comfortable in you. Okay, if that, don't be rape, was everything is tonight. The ones I have, they PM or AM. And the
well,
AM,
these do say PM or AM because they use military time. So these are all presumably AM.
military time.
I came on specifically to talk about how much work it takes to book panel shows.
Nothing, I'll just let you say and continue to attack this woman.
Oh my
god.
god.
You know, sexual harassment's pretty bad, and here is the person, Katarina, and this individual, claiming and talking about like now to right.
Do we know?
And she said it wasn't about him. Did that conversation happen, or is this a lie?
Let me ask.
Katarina?
All right, we'll start it back here. See what happens now, because I just want to get to some bombs.
You said no, but I'm telling her to double check just to make sure, so there's no confusion.
All right,
okay, because I've also been told that Prime literally said that if he made her uncomfortable,
it's
that
not
she should
done
tell
yet.
him.
Okay,
and Prime
don't
also
judge.
tells me that if you go through their entire conversation, that she has never said the word uncomfortable or anything like that in their entire DM.
Why? Wait. Why is it specifically the word uncomfortable? Okay, like she's never said the word. She never specifically said, "I think you're a sexual harasser." Up until this point, therefore, that's not good enough. Like, why specifically the word uncomfortable? That's like a very specific word. That's like a magic
you are
combination
right now. You know that it's not about that one specific word.
Wait, what do you mean? The thing is, a cold response to somebody flirting with you should be enough for people to be like, okay, I'm done here. That is the
But
case.
but that's not the.
And the thing is that not even the thing is, it wasn't just a cold response is enough to stop the present. He kept going to sexual comments about her body, her tits, her ass, other parts of her body, saying explicitly, "I want to have sex with you," completely unreciprocated.
And all these verbal comments, I just have to take a word of that. We don't have a single recording of any of this. Correct?
We don't have a recording of any of this. What we do have? Wait. Do have? Wait. Let me finish. If I'm gonna answer the question, I'm gonna answer the question completely, Destiny. We don't have a single recording of any of this, but we do have people saying when they were in the room with Prime in his war room, talking about this. He said, "If they have the recordings, I am fucked," which is a pretty strange thing to say.
Do you have evidence of him saying that? What do you
I have
mean?
multiple people saying that were in the room. I can get you a second person that were in the room. I can get everybody who's in that room. I can tell you the people who are in that room.
Dylan, I don't care about your people. Okay.
Wait, they're not even my people. What do you mean my people? They were in Prime's room that he started. How are they my people?
Dylan,
Oh boy.
how do you even have access to that room?
Because one of them worked close. One of them. But then the second person, so I manipulated his whole inner circle. Dude,
It's not about manipulation.
Dylan, bullshit. It's so wild.
Where have I skipped
No,
to?
Dylan, stop calling it. I'm in a lot of these group chats. I'm in a lot of these Discord.
You're not in. Well, apparently. Well, you know what? I don't think Prime has ever said these things towards you. I don't think you were in the war room. I don't think you were in the call.
Dylan, I've been getting screenshots of all this shit from so many different of you motherfuckers. I talked to so many of you guys about this. It's fucking hilarious. Like how behind the scenes you guys are all fucking with each other constantly. Man, dude, ever since the Samantha and the politically provoked shit, there's so much shit that goes on. You guys are insane. So you can sit here in public.
You're saying that, but you're not giving examples. Like I can just say Destiny, like your evil schemes behind the round, the work with the government of George Bush is so evident everywhere. I get messages from everyone. You can just say that. Like, yeah, you're saying
people in terms of like having like communications and stuff. Most like smaller streamers would jump at that, especially like.
Let me be clear, Destiny. There's like literally no way in hell you're ever gonna move me off this position. Let me just be clear. I'm 100% confident that this happened.
I'm not trying to debate somebody in the honeymoon phase.
That didn't. That just one part I skipped to did not age well.
I'm just asking for a little bit. I'm just asking for a little bit of pumping the brakes on like throwing somebody under the bus.
Look, let me be clear. I don't think Prime should be like executed. I just think he acted extremely inappropriately, and he should stop acting extremely inappropriately. And he should stop doing it before it definitely is gonna be hosting these fucking panels. And he needs to fucking 180 that shit. And I kinda don't believe his apology when he fucking started a war room.
Do you know why I know you don't believe that?
Why?
Because if you thought that, you would have just DM'd him and talked it out. But you didn't. You made it public.
Because he has a show where he's done this. This is important for people to know if they're going to be going on to his show or having a cordial relationship with a person.
So
that he has to be,
your
that he's
goal
been
then-
doing
yeah,
this.
That's cool. That's great. So you just said two things. Initially, you said your goal was to try to make it so people stop doing these things. But now you said your goal is to warn
The
people
best
away from
way to
show.
stop somebody from doing something, in this instance, definitely when it comes to stuff like this, is to make shit like this public. 100%.
Sure. So do you understand then?
Okay, well, let me ask you a question. Do you think Kevin Spacey has molested any more children since it was public what he did? Probably not.
Do you think that this is a comparable
I don't think
situation?
it's comparable. I'm not saying these situations are comparable, but if you want to stop people from doing these types of things, make this shit public.
But why do you think that outing him publicly is not the same as just full-on canceling him? You're not trying to get him to change his behavior. You're warning people to stay from his that Prime was kind of pushing into.
When do they drop it?
He's gonna start next month. Being pretty fucking weird, champ. And I'm probably like, huh, okay. And by the way, I would like to see
presenting our stories to a jury. Every single thing that I've said fits perfectly, and yours is so unimaginably convoluted. I'm not. We said no.
And, wait, Katarana said in response to that, Katarana has told me that did not.
I should tell you yes. Just don't hold your breath. Maybe in the future, and then boom. That's what that is, my dude. I'm sorry, but that is.
Okay. And let me just.
She's a college student. Like,
But I see this happen with other people. I see.
Do we know when with the timestamp, guys? Because I'm not gonna sit here and watch a 2-hour-long debate. I'm sorry. I know. I'm the lamest ever. We have other topics that I have planned for us too. Smiley P, we'll talk to you for a minute, buddy. What's up, Smiley P? How you doing?
How you doing?
Hey, hello, can you hear me? Yo,
Yes, I can. Yes. Can you hear me?
Say that again?
Hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can. There's also an echo.
There's an echo? Yeah,
Yeah.
because I don't have headphones in. I wasn't prepared. Are you like ready? Are you still watching the video?
No, I just paused it. I'm not gonna go over that for. I'm just gonna talk to you for a second.
All right, cool. Hey,
If
what's
you,
up?
I'm doing good, but
Can you hear
you
me
gotta
now?
fix the echo. So you know what? I'll just
Yeah,
give
is
you a
it
call
fixed?
back. All right?
Is it fixed? Is it fixed? Hello? Is it not working?
I can. Hello? Testing. 1, 2, 3.
Are you echoing still?
No.
Yeah. Good. Yeah, I just didn't have headphones in. That was the only problem. I just plugged them in now, so you're good. Yeah. No, it was all good. I mean, if you want to wait like 5 or 10 minutes for me to like, I'd be down. But if you want to do it right now, that's fine too.
Well, people are. I'm having a hard time
Yeah,
understanding what direction to take this year because my chat is yelling at me and I don't like it.
I'm down to talk about the video and things like that. I'm a communist anarchist. If you want to discuss politics, spirituality, anything, I'm happy to debate whatever. I'd also be down to talk about Xanderhall and this shit like that you're watching right now, the PrimeCayes thing, because I'm watching it as you're watching it. I was gonna react to it on my channel, but since you were watching it, I figured I'd just watch it with you.
I'm getting more echo, so I'm gonna hang up. I'll talk to you in a few.
You're still getting echo? Okay. All right. Come.
Guys, let's go over some. I want to see Dylan's apology now. We've seen some of the confrontation. We know the general of.
I think
course of
PrimeCayes wanted to
events.
have the first word and the last word.
Okay.
So yeah, go ahead, Prime, if you have opening statements.
Yeah. So this last week has been pretty terrible on a few levels.
Understandably so.
But I just want to be clear about like what's about to happen right now. No matter what's said between Dylan and I, this isn't in any way an invalidation of what Caravana was feeling and what she's been expressing. Right. So like this is just Dylan and I working out on mistruths that were spoken before.
Okay.
But like my response video
boy.
from last week stands in this.
So right off the bat, the very beginning of this stream or this segment is a little uncomfortable, right? They're working stuff out. That's sort of a personal dispute, but it's all been public. Right off the bat, you can kind of feel this awkward vibes here.
Entirety. I make that very clear, right? So there were mistakes made all around. I made mistakes, me, right here, Prime. And I addressed those previously. So we are addressing lies and mistruths that were spread on Dylan's platform and then moving forward. Yeah.
Okay, so me and Prime, we had a 4-hour call where we cleared up a lot of like information that neither of us had and tried to clear up any misunderstanding we had. We went for 4 hours to find out what was the main things that should be talked about on a platform like this, and I've agreed to answer every single question that.
I see you, chat. I know that there are other details. I know Xanderhall didn't go over everything. It's okay. I'm wanting to watch. You guys are more up to date with this than I am, so we should sit back and watch this apology together. I want to see what the fuck is going to happen here.
Was put forward and to answer for everything that Prime gave to me on a list, and so I'm going to go down the list one by one on the rumors or mistruths or anything that's going around currently. So I'm going to go from the top of the list to the bottom of the list. So the first thing I'm going to address is the 12 women have been harassed and are soon to come forward. This was a mistruth that was spread on my platform. I shouldn't have had somebody on my platform spreading this without vetting that information or checking that information, and I should not have accepted that information at face value. I jumped the gun on accepting a lot of information on that stream that should have been properly vetted beforehand. I was not properly prepared to have that stream, not saying that it should have even happened in the first place. So that's the first thing I'll address, is that one, is that claim that was.
Damn. So claims made about other women, false or unvetted. Yikes.
Made by somebody on my platform that I should have properly vetted that claim, and I did not do the due diligence. The second one is Prime was told by Samantha Banana that he made Cat uncomfortable. That is completely untrue. While Cat did talk to Samantha Banana about talking to Prime, Samantha Banana did not go and talk to Prime. That was completely incorrect, and I should not have believed that on face value, and I should have asked for more information. That, again, is a mistake I made. Third one, Prime planned to use Cat's narcissistic personality disorder against her. That was, again, a claim made on my platform that was not properly vetted, and I believed on face value, and I should have more properly vetted.
Damn.
I should not have believed that without proper vetting. Again, not doing.
So I'll say this right now. I've been on the hippy dippy thing before. I've chatted with Dylan before. I've always found him to be pretty nice and genuine kind guy. He definitely fucked up with this. This was a fuck up, and he posted this video. It's obvious that he is aware that he made a mistake. But at the same time, at the very least, he is working to amend this. And although I know he should not have made the initial claims, he should have been better than that initially, yes, I still think there's something to be said that I'm glad that Dylan is setting the record straight.
My proper preparation while doing this. The fourth claim is Cat and Prime's relationship. Cat and Prime's relationship, I'll assume that means, was purely professional and not close, intimate friends. This is not true. This is the impression that was given on the stream, and that impression was incorrect. They had casual conversations all the way up until they then had a professional business relationship later on when they knew each other. That is an impression that was given that should not have been given, and that should have been cleared up beforehand. The next one was that Cat was being paid the entire time during the relationship. That is untrue. The payments of, I believe, 250 American, 315 Canadian, was established later in the relationship after booking occurred. And I believe it was in June. Am I correct in that assessment? Okay, June.
Yeah, I believe the end of June.
The end of
I
June.
believe yes.
Yes, the end of June.
Okay.
And that Prime was holding a paycheck over Kat to threaten her. That was an impression that I think some people might have gotten. That is completely untrue. I have found no instance where Prime has tried to use payment directly to threaten Kat or indirectly to threaten Kat in any instance. I've been shown no evidence of that. The voice calls they shared were purely professional, in which Kat helped Prime out with panels.
I cannot imagine being in Prime's place where you're just like thrown under the bus by a bunch of people and then all of a sudden they realize they're wrong. Now all of a sudden they're trying to support you again. You're like, what if this happens again? Is it like this is why this type of industry, like, I know that I always go full Batman when I talk about friends and stuff in the industry, but the truth of the matter is I don't have a lot of friends in the YouTube space because I don't want friends in that space. At the end of the day, everyone is kind of more or less out for themselves. And so I'm not saying that there was malicious intent. We can't really know that, but just having friends specifically in the industry, it can lead to so many problems. One, it can lead to you compromising your own beliefs or your own principles or even your own opinion on a subject simply because you know you're going to be going against what a lot of your friends have been saying also. That's the first problem. The second problem is stuff like this. When shit like this happens, then all of a sudden it feels like an act of betrayal. Like, it's more than just like someone threw me under the bus as a career move or someone spread false information about me and thankfully they set the record straight. It starts to be like, I kind of trusted you, but then all of a sudden you sort of threw me under the bus. Now, I'm not sure how close of friends Dylan and Prime were beforehand, but either way, it's just one of the many reasons why I try to avoid having friends in the YouTube Twitch space. I have connections. I have people that I associate with. But, like, friends? No way.
Rather than they were just calls between friends. While I'm sure there were professional calls, they also had casual calls, and it's been demonstrated to me in private through information that Prime knows that most certainly that they had at least somewhat of a close relationship or a friendly relationship where they communicated back and forth. And the impression that they were never had any type of communicative friendly relationship is completely not true. And then I'm going to, I have something prepared because I wanted to be very specific with my words on this instance, and Prime has okayed the statement beforehand. So I'm just going to read this when it comes to a July phone call that I've talked a decent amount about.
Okay.
Whatever I heard or whatever I think I heard is irrelevant because I have no evidence that sexual harassment ever occurred. Regardless if I thought I heard something inappropriate, the proper thing to do would have been to bring it to his attention directly immediately after the incident and reach an understanding. Not to attempt to shame him and destroy his reputation as part of a public spectacle based on an allegation. I apologize for not holding this matter and dealing with this matter privately. It should have been dealt with privately. I let my emotions get the better of me due to the type of situation that it was. And I should not have let my emotions get the better of me in the situation. And I should have handled...
Damn. So I can see people taking this different ways. I can see conservatives, for example, being like, see, this is the result of the Me Too movement, dun, 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 or whatever. But at the end of the day, I think what we can learn from this is really to just establish, like, communication, communicate better. If Katarana had just been honest and said straight up, hey, I do not appreciate these advances, please stop. And then if he had continued doing it, Prime would be fucked. He'd be wrong. Rightfully so. And then on the flip side, it's a shame that Prime didn't pick up on some of the admittedly subtle cues that Katarina may have been giving to try and say, hey, please, I'm not really into this, even though she never really communicated that.
It responsibly off live stream in private when we talk about whatever I thought I heard. Those are all the things that Prime gave me on the list, but I just want to go forward and say another thing here, that I handled the situation terribly irresponsibly. I should have talked to Prime when he offered to talk to me, immediately when he started getting any sign of what was about to happen. I should have taken that offer.
So that's something else we didn't know about it also, is that Prime was trying to talk to him, and then he didn't talk to him and instead just published the accusations. That's pretty fucked up. Yeah, that's not great.
My emotions guide my conduct, and I shouldn't do that. Definitely when it concerns what could have been the end of somebody else's career. And I shouldn't have let my emotions get the best of me. I should have not have trusted information at face value. And I should have done my due diligence, which I did not do. And for that, I sincerely and wholeheartedly apologize.
Shit.
Yeah. Thank you for that.
So, first thing, I saw people saying that Dylan's, like, lying about the apology. I don't think so. It sounds like it was a pretty sincere apology.
I guess what I wanted to say at the end of this is that, like, no one won in all of this. I think that this incident caused a lot of hurt on all sides. It's something that could have been easily avoided on multiple levels. It could have. This is something that could have happened a problem because there was an issue. There was an issue, and something that could have been had in a private, but it just wasn't. But like how this has ended up has been just completely disastrous. And what I'm about to say is not a woe is me thing. It's just like describing something that's happened. It's like, so I had a platform for women that I created, Amazon Lily, and that's no more. We talk, have usually small streamers come on and have discussions. And that's something that's in the past now, because people don't want to come on, and that's their choice. It's absolutely their choice. My point of bringing this up is that, like, I don't see how anyone comes out better for this. And when
Dylan
this has been
called
on,
him a sex pest and blocked him on Discord when Prime tried to talk to him. I'm seeing multiple people say this. You could be lying to me, chat, but if that's true, that would also be a bad thing.
all going on, people have been telling me that the silver lining is that, well, the next time this happens, and there'll be a next time somewhere, both on Twitch, Twitch politics maybe, right? The next time this happens is that people won't be so quick to jump to conclusions.
Yeah,
I don't believe that's the case. All the incentives to do this again are still in place. To jump on a story, right? Like initially put this forward and get monetization, for other people to take that story and with one side or barely understanding of any sides, right? To repeat it and to use it just for views. And just playing up that drama, all those incentives are there to have exactly this happen. So
I feel like I think Prime makes a really good point here, is that the best thing we can learn here is, one, don't be socially awkward. No, I'm just kidding. But one, make sure you establish strong communication. And two, don't jump to conclusions. Don't do it, okay? Put the gym shoes down, Michael Jordan. You don't have to jump across the fucking room, over the moon, to their conclusion. We should just take these kind of things slowly, carefully, seriously. Accusations like this are serious, both by on the case of the people levying them and the people that are having these accusations levied against them.
It would be great. At the very least, yeah, we did, like, as a community, think about like what to do in the future, like how we interact with each other. Like, what is it that we're trying to do? Are we trying to inform people? Are we trying to entertain people? We're trying to do a little bit of both.
Yeah,
but
for the most part,
understanding that so often that drive for entertainment causes a lot of misinformation to go out, like in this case, and a lot of emotional trauma. A lot of emotional trauma. I'm not talking about on my end. For other people, a lot of emotional trauma. So let's maybe do better next time. I would really love that. To see us grow as a community from this, at the very least, please. Yeah.
Damn.
I just kind of move on from this, and to Dylan, please leave me alone. Please don't really talk about me. Please don't make any comments about my stream, my channel, as you've done in the past. Like negative remarks, and I've never done that to you. So just leave me alone. Let me live my life. Thank you.
Okay, I respect your wishes.
Damn.
I guess that's the end of it.
Oh. Whew. I just watched a breakup live. Jeez. All right, hey guys, I got to go pee really quick and then we'll be right back on with some more topics, all right? Don't go anywhere. Stay here. Oh wait, hold on. Wait. Someone gave me the timestamp. 1:51 is when they drop it. All right, let's see when the bomb gets dropped. 1 hour
I see.
51.
There's a person that she's
no, you
never.
don't.
Yeah, I see it. We can prove it. I can show you the.
I know that I'm right about all of this. If it comes down
You
to it,
don't know
I'll
that you're right, 100%.
I can put together. If I'm 100% right.
You're
I
not.
might put together like a big old manifesto soon. If I need to like
0%.
torpedoes of people.
And if
yeah, go ahead.
like indeed, like if you are right, then yeah, like I'll apologize. Like I believe like my friend, like I wasn't active in like producing like this manifesto. Like I see someone who like says like they have this, and I have no like business to gain by like disavowing Prime because I already disavowed him like a month ago over like so like the creative stuff. And so like I am I like within my rights to like yeah I believe Kat, like you know like she's like in private told me that like she's nervous about like this sort of situation, like specifically.
Yeah, but sure. But do you understand? For me, as a lowly innocent.
By the way, are you getting DMs from Doobie? Can I just ask that quick?
151.
Okay. So
No, no,
wait.
hold on.
Let me just be clear.
I didn't
Earlier, you said that my Danabo and all, we're not going to trust 100% on the money. Well, wait. These are sources that are like a lot of these things that we've shown are like sources that are true, but it's your interpretations that I disagree with.
No, what
Wait,
happened
I
was
don't disagree
you
with you.
intentionally hid things.
I didn't intentionally
stream.
hide anything. What do you mean? What
At
did
the
I
beginning of
hide?
this stream, you said that you might consider in the future a relationship with Katarina. You guys have been dating for weeks. You hid that because you knew that it damaged your credibility.
It wouldn't damn. No, I can tell you exactly why I didn't bring that up. Can I tell you why?
Oh,
go ahead.
Because I'm a 20-year-old guy, and I came out as gay not too long ago. And you know what? I was continuing to explore my sexuality, and it was a little bit more complicated if I thought I'm just queer. And I knew, because this is how I've interacted with people like Redneck before and a lot of other conservative streamers, that they're going to use this against me in a certain way to go after my sexuality because they have before. And that's why I kept a lot of this private. You can ask.
Okay, I don't agree with that explanation. Damn those debate. Shut up. I think that sounds kind of like you're hiding a very obvious conflict of interest behind the guise of your sexuality. That's what it sounds like to me initially. I could be wrong, and that could also be a valid reason. I can understand how that's a valid reason to not want to bring that up, but when you're making the accusations and then it comes out in the middle of it, oh, it just really takes away credibility. That's the main problem right there. Eli Gray, thank you for the timestamp. Also, thanks for the donations. In the Dylan and Kat stream, Kat says, I'm sad there will be no place for small streamer panels. Then Dylan says they'll take them in like Afghan refugees. And also, thanks for the $2. The bombshell is right before where you were. Yeah, and then you sent me the timestamp, so thank you for that. You're awesome.
You can ask Katarina. You can ask my editor too. Now, of course, they're biased sources for this, but that's my genuine reason because they'll be like, Dylan, the person who defended the queer community isn't even a real gay. Fuck them. I knew exactly what was going to happen.
That is such fucking bullshit debate tactics. I hope that's a joke because. Okay, well, that's where the bombshell was dropped. There have been apologies issued now. What can we learn from this whole gigantic mess? Don't jump to conclusions, man. If you see something, double think. Double think, all right? You know the saying, look both ways before crossing the street? Well, sometimes you have to think both ways before making a tweet, okay? All right, now I will leave you with those solid words of wisdom, and I got to go take a piss, and then, yeah. I love you. I'll be right back. Donate to me if you love me. Bye. You stayed here because you love me. You did not go anywhere. Hello, everybody. Oh, I had to pee so fucking badly. All right, who are these guys? Hello, the Nathan Galang. What's up?
Oh, hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. What's up, man?
All right. Well, hi. First of all, you on my end of the stream, you went to the bathroom, so I'm like, that was unexpected. But hello. I appreciate you bringing me on. First of all, to address the Prime stuff, so like I'm a mod in his community, and like that shit was fucking crazy when it happens. Like it was insane. I'm gonna be real with you. The Dylan stuff did fool me because those screenshots were hella deceptive, like insanely deceptive. I got a friend that was like really harassed by a guy for years, and those.
Hello?
Whoa. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, I heard you on the end of the other stream. What the heck? Oh, okay, let me turn that down.
Don't worry
All
about
right,
it, man.
yeah.
We've actually we've graduated from the PrimeCayes thing. So is there something you wanted to debate about?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Okay. So, recently I saw you made a tweet where you pretty much sided more with the public option than Medicare for all. Let me try to pull up the picture. Yeah, I think you said for a long time you supported Medicare for all.
Yep.
And then it was super radical, unelectable, and a public option would provide the same benefits and get passed. So I do have some disagreements there.
Okay.
I think that Medicare for all is a better policy, one, and strategically in two ways. If framed correctly, I think it's more electable. And if implemented, I think strategically it's easier to maintain than something like a public option.
But what it's not in order to implement it, even if it's electable, you kind of just said it yourself. The electability hinges on how it's like presented, right?
Yes.
So if people are told that, hey, how do you like the idea of everyone having free healthcare? Then pretty much everyone's going to say, fuck yeah, dude, sounds good to me. But then if they say, well, how do you like the idea of everyone having free healthcare, but you aren't able to have your healthcare right now, your current plan?
Yeah.
Then instantly that's going to drop down.
Yeah, so that I don't have like the polls in front of me, but I believe the usual drop is around. I don't think I've seen any support for Medicare for all in a variety of polls going under 50% when with that framing. But I have seen polls with bad framing, like for example, a Fox News exit poll right after the election where they asked, would you want government-run healthcare? And that's a buzzword right there, government run, and it still had over 70% approval. Now the thing is, I think it is as a battle of ideas in the free marketplace of ideas. You're obviously going to get opposition, you're obviously going to get bad framing, but I don't think that the opposition of a policy framing something as bad is reason to drop a decent policy. When it comes to like,
it might be a good policy at the end of the day. Like, sure, providing everyone with healthcare sounds like a really good idea, but at the end of the day, that's going to be really hard to implement. And furthermore, the Medicare for All plan that Bernie Sanders has been presenting, I mean, not only did it literally pull Elizabeth Warren down for her trying to stick with that, but it's extremely radical. If I'm not mistaken, it's the most radical healthcare plan in the world. These other countries have already implemented a public option, and it seems to be working much better.
Well, I would say to that, there is a bit of a wording problem there, in my opinion. When people say public option, and I was one of these people as well. When I heard the word public option for many years, my immediate thought was, okay, so you're going to be born immediately with healthcare, and then you're going to have the option to buy better healthcare if you want. But I wouldn't describe that as public option. The public option plan as described in the United States is essentially creating a state-run agency, an insurance company, where you can buy into. And in theory, that would make prices cheaper. But research has shown it generally doesn't do that. And I'll elaborate on that. But I want to clarify, like, public option isn't a two-tiered system. So a two-tiered system is like what they have in like Austria.
It's what they have
where
in
you're-
Canada. I'm actually reading about it right now, and this is kind of what I'm talking about implementing in America too. This would be far more
Yeah.
electable. So a two-tier healthcare system.
Yes. So I think that's reasonable to say that would be better. But I wouldn't want to conflate that with the idea of a public option, because another way to look at the issue and a way that like really like
But a public
solidified my
option,
position.
it's called a public option, right? Because it's publicly funded.
No, but the public option, the plan itself, is not. It is a different thing than a two-tiered system. The public option is a state-run agency that you have to buy into.
Right.
like,
So
you
there's
have to
two-tier
purchase.
healthcare, right? There's the basic free healthcare, and then there's the better quality if people want to pay for it, right?
Yes, that's true. But the two-tiered system, as understood all around the world, is like you're into it. You're born into it, and it's free. The two-tiered system that would be put in place with public option, that would be you buy into it. So there would still be a number of people
Why
who
would it
can't
have to
afford
be
it,
you buy into it?
because that's just how the public option, the plan, is
Uh-huh.
made. It's a state-run company essentially.
No, you wouldn't have to pay for it. When I'm talking about implementing a public option, I'm talking about something different than the ACA. So I'm fine with the ACA as it is, but I think that expanding to something more broad, like what I refer to as a public option, like what they have in Canada, that's what I'm looking for. It says right here, two-tier healthcare is a situation in which a basic government-provided healthcare system provides basic care, and then a secondary tier of care exists for those who can pay for additional faster access, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah. So that is what a two-tier system is. But like when you look at what a public health insurance option is, or the public option as proposed in the United States, is defined as a government-run health insurance agency that would compete with private health insurance companies. It is not the same, according to the definition here, as publicly funded healthcare. The problem is the theory of change, or the theory behind a public option, is that because the option is there, it will inherently lower prices, right? But the thing is, there have been studies shown that Medicare for all, when compared to a public option, will save significantly more, and public option will cost more. I can bring up the specific numbers if
I
you
mean,
like.
it might, yeah, there might
Yeah.
be, of course. I'm sure having one universal healthcare would, at the end of the day, be cheaper, but it's not so much about what's cheaper. At the end of the day, what it really is what's electable.
What's
And
electable.
I'm not
Yeah.
sure so much about where you're getting this specific United States public healthcare thing. What I'm talking about is publicly funded healthcare that we all pay into, and in turn, people are able to receive their basic medical care without paying any money at the doctor. That's what I'm talking about
yeah.
implementing.
So the public option, like the definition I'm getting of it is, hold on, let me see if it's like the most basic definition. You can
But it's
check,
not
like,
so much
the
about just the
Wikipedia.
definition. It's we can
Yeah.
argue about semantics all day. Really, it comes down to the fact that the Medicare for all plan, it's not electable.
Yeah. So I would say what you seem to be advocating for, based on what I'm understanding, and also like that definition that I'm using seems to be used in other websites as well, defining what a public option is. But if we were to think about like how to get where you want to be, a two-tiered system, I would actually argue that just based on how Medicare for all is versus a public option, strategically, if the goal is a two-tiered system, it's better to have that Medicare for all base, because a public option has more risk. So let me elaborate. So let's say there's a Republican government after a Democratic government. The Democrats instituted public option, and in another world, the Democrats instituted Medicare for all. So the Republicans want to water it down. So the Republicans water down public option. So the way they do that with the state-run agency is by either defunding it or simply privatizing it, because it's just a state-run agency. You can do that. If they want to water down Medicare for all, they have that political risk, like there is with Social Security, that if you get rid of it, you're going to hurt a lot of people, especially the people that are going to vote for you, which is why they
Okay.
aren't able to get rid of a lot of
And
universal
I'm seeing
programs.
now here that
Yeah.
I may have been mistaken in my terminology too, because publicly funded healthcare is different than quote unquote a public option. Yeah, there's some semantics there that I'm sometimes get a little tripped up over, but
Yeah, it's no problem.
either way.
That's really understandable. Yeah.
Well, hey man, I appreciate you coming on here and explaining this. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you for having me. Oh,
All
I'm
right,
the
man.
Nathan Galang on YouTube, just so everybody knows. Thank you very much.
See you, man. All right. So we're going to go into a little weed stream for a second here, okay? I've been really wanting to watch this Dave Rubin bullshit. So, I didn't even smoke any weed yet. Here I am. So, Dave Rubin clips, back at it again, posting some fire shit about our boy Dave Rubin. And speaking of fire shit, we're also going to be smoking a little bit of a Purple Punch Indica today. That's right. I usually smoke sativas, but every now and then, a little indica. It's really nice, you know?
I'm going to try to give you as honest and fresh and decent a take as possible without making you angry. I'm going to try to do it in a way that hopefully will be somewhat shareable. So if you're arguing with a friend, you're able to just send them this video and then you can say, hey, here's a guy that seems to me to be, you know, halfway decent, maybe a bit of a centrist, and, you know, maybe take a look at something that maybe isn't the type of thing that you would normally look at.
The Democrats want to cheat. That is, I'm sorry, but
I love it.
is just.
I'm going to give you some regular, you know, level-headed opinions, yeah? 2 seconds later, the Democrats are in bed with the elites. They're trying to cheat the election. Is that what you said to say, Alex Jones?
The truth. Otherwise, none of this makes any sense. Like, they're here to destroy everything. And will anyone stand up? Will anyone stand up? Where are my good, wise, liberal friends? Well, you guys have all folded pretty fucking quickly, right? Where are you? You're all gone.
Usually the left ruins
No,
things
that's
with-
because the only liberals that believe in election fraud crap is like you and Tim Pool. That's it. No liberals are standing up against the imaginary election fraud, Dave. Sorry, it doesn't work like that.
Left ruins things with big government, and then the right sort of fixes them. If it's a very close win for Biden, that of course there's going to be a certain amount of Trump supporters and Republicans that won't accept the election. I see that version less. I see that less because there does, at least in my mind, seem to be more of a respect for law and order in the system. So much of what's
God, so badly aged.
coming out of the Democrats these days is burn down the system. There's less of that when it comes to conservatism because there's a belief in the system. There's a belief in the three branches of government. There's a belief in the Constitution.
You know, no Democrats basically have said anything bad about communism. If anything, they've subtly endorsed it or not said anything like AOC.
Okay. Excuse me. Can we go back? Because I'm too much humor at once here, okay?
Constitution.
You know, no Democrat.
So first we had the poorly aged statement, then no Democrat has ever said communism's bad. I thought that, like, Democrats literally, didn't they attack Bernie Sanders as a communist? If I'm not mistaken. Sanders smeared as communist sympathizers as Clinton allies sling the mud. So other Republicans, other Democrats attacking him, but it's like nothing he says is accurate. Not even anything.
Basically have said anything bad about communism. If anything, they've subtly endorsed it or not said anything like AOC and Omar and Bernie and the rest of them.
Communism is a failed system, universally failed system.
They are so.
Based Biden up here. Yes. Social Democrats, centrists, rise up. No more of this, I was de-radicalized and now I'm re-radicalized shit. Join us into the center. We all get halos. We're extra enlightened.
Socialists, and that's not that far from communist. Ron, You're not acting as Rogan's lawyer in this capacity. Are they socialists? And I would say I have no problem being called a conservative at this point, just to be very clear. What really is so beautiful about the conservative movement right now is it is an extremely wide tent. You know, what's happening on the left is basically it's you're woke or you're out, meaning if you don't select these 10 things that the woke people want and you have to do it the second they want you to do it, then you're out. Well, what that does is it creates incredible opportunity for people on the right to say, hey, you know, we've got some sort of traditional conservative religious Republicans, let's say. We've got more libertarian-minded people. We've got hardcore MAGA people. We have more, you know, either neocons or more generic Republicans. That's a pretty wide swath of people. Progressives don't have solutions. This has been a very hard conclusion for me to come to. As a guy that wrote a book defending liberalism right over my shoulder, they constantly want to tell you they're doing
book plug. He had to do it. I know you had to do it, Dave.
Things for homeless people or for black people or for gay people, but in most cases they're doing nothing for them other than perpetuating the problems that may or may not exist in the first place. California does have the best laws around surrogacy, especially for same-sex couples in the United States, significantly better than places like Texas and Florida. So when I bash on California all the time, and I say all the great things about some of those red states, like it's not like everything is absolutely perfect. And that partly is one of the reasons that we haven't bolted just yet. But anyway, I have no doubt that I'm going to get it.
The Democrats don't have solutions. The Republicans do have solutions. Those solutions are ban homosexuality. Yeah, it kind of sucks, guys. We're stuck here for a little while. Dave Rubin's gay, for those of you who don't know.
A ton of messages from you guys with
Hello? What happened?
Trump is the Moses character, meaning he will lead the Hebrews out of Egypt. It's basically the barbarians are at the gate right now. The barbarians are at the gate. You know, the barbarians are at the gate. Barbarians are at the gate. They're about to push the gate down, and Trump is the guy holding the door. And could you imagine only 4 years later, a man would have
Are you putting it
one
on?
of these.
Are you gonna put it
your hair's
on?
looking really good tonight.
Okay, yeah.
It's all happening.
It's just so cringy. Like, it looks like he's just desperately trying to get that fucking approval from Glenn Beck. Look at him. And he got it, too. Glenn Beck, man, he looks like a chuckling rabbit, if I have ever seen one. Wow.
Are you putting it
One
on?
of these.
Are you gonna put it
your hair's
on?
looking really good tonight.
Okay, yeah.
It's all happening. It's all happening.
Doesn't social democracy fuck over the global south? I would argue no. Because at the end of the day, if we are going to, social democracy tends to still be in favor generally of, like, capitalism. Stronger social safety nets, of course, but generally still free market capitalism in many areas. And in order for capitalism to ultimately exceed, globalization needs to occur. And if we globalize, if we're all working together, I think that's going to be a pretty good thing.
I could probably end the live stream right there because it's all happening. ABC had Ed Rendell on, and he's...
So no, the social democracy will not lead to the ruining of any part of the world. Ideally, it would lead to us in the world uniting more and ultimately globalizing, because what we would want is a globalized economy. That would be the best case scenario for capitalism. Smiley P, thanks for the $5. So you're gonna call me back after I fix my echo and then you let someone else on? Is Hunter dodging a debate? I guess so, man.
going on and on about how the numbers right now don't matter and it's going to take a couple days and he still thinks he'll win by 300,000. It's like they're just making stuff up. All of you people who have consistently gotten making stuff up. Take a couple days. Rendell on, and he's going on. ABC had Ed Rendell on, and he's going on and on about how the numbers right now don't matter and it's going to take a couple days and he still thinks he'll win by 300,000. It's like they're just making stuff up. All of you people who have consistently gotten everything wrong, you did it again. You got it wrong again, and you losers. You left us not with one term of Donald Trump,
it looks so
but
bad.
2 terms of Donald Trump. Okay. But all right,
Is there like a record for poorly aged bullshit? Because so far, this video, Dave Rubin, I think he's got it.
enough talking about the losers. Let's talk about the winners here. Trump has an incredible opportunity. Trump has an absolutely incredible opportunity. And I hope you guys are drinking something or eating something good.
Okay. I kind of want to be drinking or eating something good
Now,
now.
I know a ton of people here in Los Angeles that secretly voted for Trump. And as I've been saying for weeks, I didn't know anyone that was a Trump person last time that voted for Biden this time. And I hear so many versions of that story from you guys literally across the country. And yet here we are in these numbers that we're supposed to believe.
Damn. Dave Rubin. What a good guy, man. He seems really sincere. As long as it makes him those big bucks. What about Tim Pool's 50 state landslide videos? I know. I remember that one. That was a good one. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is time for the show within the show, tweeting like a turd. Because today, we're just going to be looking at tweets. So first we have this one. Oh, excuse me. First we have this one. Touch grass is ableist. And if you don't really understand why, have a seat and let my 9 months pregnant in August third floor walk up living ass explain it to you. Last I checked, pregnant women aren't really considered disabled. Of course, it would also depend what their boyfriend looks like. If he's really ugly, then maybe it could be able. Okay. But seriously, how do you get, dude, this is like perpetual victimization right here. This is like reading something and then thinking, how can I get offended by this? What could be wrong with this statement? Okay, it could be ableist because some people aren't able to touch grass. You started off down a decent woke path here, okay? You could make an argument that touch grass is ableist to mental patients who are locked away in asylums for the rest of their life. Maybe that's ableist. Mental ableist. But then you had to throw the pregnant thing in there. Being pregnant isn't a disability. And then someone else responds. It's just like two idiots going at it. Touch grass isn't ableist, it's black language. The fact you decided to write a thread trying to make black people feel guilty about a phrase used to tell others like you to stop being ridiculous and mind your business does in fact prove you need to touch grass. So first you can't say touch grass. It's mean to the pregnant woman. And then it's, how dare you tell people not to touch grass? Black people made that up, apparently. That belongs to black people. You're racist. It's just like a back and forth, never-ending cycle. Is Hunter going to read PayPal donations? I will read PayPal donations. Yeah, if you send one over to PayPal, I will read it. The link is in my About section on Twitch. So yeah, in other words, a bunch of these people need to touch grass. Maybe that makes me a racist, ableist, Hitler reincarnated. But alas, here we are. Next we had this one, and this is celebrate the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. in March Through Time, a new experience in Fortnite Creative. Can we stop? What? Martin Luther King? I have a dream that one day someone will learn about my legacy and the Fortnite Maybe, you know what, if anything, Martin Luther King probably had a dream that PlayStation wouldn't be so goddamn overpriced. How about there? There's a rallying dream, all right? There's a dream that can unite us all. No, I'm just kidding. But seriously, this is insane to me. Someone made a really funny tweet too, and it summed it up perfectly. They said, imagine kids learning about Martin Luther King Jr. in school, and then all of a sudden, they're like, little Timmy in the back is just like, hey, that's the guy from Fortnite. Like, are you gonna have a new experience in Fortnite creative? Can we find out more about this? Come on, this cannot be happening. MLK is coming to Battle Royale video game Fortnite. Oh my God. If you answered the late civil rights activist Martin Luther King. All right, let's see. They've promoted promotional appearances. Okay. According to Epic, the new exhibit, which was created as part of the partnership with Time Studios, teleports players to DC 63, a reimagined Washington, D.C., where they will be able to visit the Lincoln Memorial and the National Mall to hear King deliver his infamous 17-minute speech calling for civil rights. Dude, Fortnite is doing it. Fortnite is murdering racism.
It would be fatal for the nation to overlook the urgency of the moment. Now is the time.
Come on.
To rise
No.
from the dark and desolate valley of segregation. Let freedom ring from every hill and molehill of Mississippi. From every mountainside. Let freedom ring. I have a dream today.
No, dude. Come on. Chat, stop it. Fortnite is not going to include anyone's assassination. All right? Shame. Shame on you. You know what? Maybe you could argue that this is a good thing at the end of the day. Maybe it is going to actually expose kids to the idea of civil rights. That's not like a terribly bad thing, but holy shit. It's really hard not to just chuckle at them, like, recreating it with Fortnite characters. The fucking... the sloppy Joe skin. Amen, Martin Luther King. Preach! The Zoe skin. End racism! You know what this needs now, right? They need to make there needs to be a George Floyd skin. That's just, it's... This may actually do good, but the memes, I don't understand anymore. Where are they going to take where is Epic's next quest to epically get rid of the racism? Seriously, though, all memes are able... Okay, memes are inevitable for this. This is such memeable content. I don't even know how we're not existing in a literal simulation right now. But there are arguments to be made about, you know, media having certain biases that can, like, media can reinforce certain ideas in people, right? And maybe if you have little Timmy and he wants to play Fortnite and watch Martin Luther King, it's not really a bad thing. Not at all. I wouldn't condemn it. How long do you think it's Wait, how long do you think it's going to be until the fucking conservatives think that this has gone woke? Oh, how long until this takes place? Let me guess. Hold on. I'm not going to say anything. I want to just actually see if quartering is going to... Fortnite. I knew it!
Mother of God. I don't know who thought that this was a good idea, but apparently Epic Games, a Chinese-owned company, has decided that they want to continue down the social justice path, and they have decided to celebrate MLK by putting him in the game.
Clockwork. Am I okay right now? It's like clockwork. These people, when did this come out? Today! This video came out today. What time? 2 hours ago. These people are the most predictable cucks imaginable. You can have a complaint. You can say that it's cringy, like I was just saying it was cringy and memeing on it. But Epic Games, the Chinese company, once again down the social justice warrior path. Ah, yes. Racism and saying it's bad. The damn SJWs have gone too far.
Fortnite, Chinese-owned company, a company whose ownership has active camps of people right now, have decided to put MLK into Fortnite. This is not a joke. I mean, it's been just minutes since this dropped, and the memes are already beginning. This is, I mean, insulting, I'm sure. Nothing like taking a celebrated social justice figure like Martin Luther King and using him to sell microtransactions to kids. This is absolutely...
Do we even know if they're going to sell microtransactions to kids? Like, yeah, it's cringy. I'm going to meme on it all day. I'm fine with that. But it's my understanding that these activities progress players through the experience and bring to life important themes of Dr. King's speech. We move forward when we work together. Lest you assume that a violent battle game senselessly appropriated the message and likeness of a man who was literally assassinated during his... an active role in greenlighting the homage. Okay. The managing director of the King Estate said the organization was excited to work with Time on the Fortnite project. Okay, hold up. There we go. First of all, I'd like to congratulate everyone watching. We've officially now done more research than the Quivering did before making his fucking video. But okay. Cringy? Sure. A little bit. But at the same time, with the advent of emerging technology, we seek to use all resources available to continue to spread his wonderful legacy of hope, peace, love, and equality. So the King Estate is working with Time Magazine and Fortnite. This is a conglomerated thing. Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's never going to not be cringy hearing Martin Luther King's dramatic speech while watching Fortnite skins walk down the street. That's never going to not be cringy. But, like I said, there are arguments to be made that media can play a role in normalizing certain ideas. And hey, if this... Are we okay? Okay. Hey, if this media wants to help normalize this kind of a thing, I don't really think it's that big of a deal at the end of the day. But, no, it's not to sell microtransactions. It's a free part of the game. It's just an event. And they're working with the King Estate. So, I don't know what else you could ask for.
Hilarious. Almost as hilarious as not using my awesome promo code on your new gaming PC or laptop at Meta PCs. Huge shout out to this video's sponsor, Meta PCs. Now I know.
Is this a meme? He just complained that fucking Fortnite was using MLK to sell shit. And now he's using the topic of MLK to sell shit! Oh my... Okay. Okay, whatever. You know what? We're in a simulation. It's okay. This is obviously what the... And it's like a fucking 4-minute ad. Okay, have we moved on? Are we good?
You might not be in the market right now, but just remember that promo code when you are. Here is Fortnite. Celebrate MLK. Time Studios presents A March Through Time in Fortnite. It currently has a 2-to-1 dislike ratio, and nobody's really been reporting on it yet, so I assure you it's going to get worse. They have a some sort of partnership with Time Magazine where you're overlooking, they're playing Martin Luther King's speech in the background, and then they have Fortnite characters walking to the Capitol. I'm not kidding. Now, what? And then there's I can't wait for when Fortnite brings you the Holocaust Museum, brought to you by your pals at Fortnite. I'm not kidding.
Okay, I mean, yeah, it's kind of cringe, sure. I'm just waiting. Let's just wait.
Video. Maybe it's because people just want to play their video games. Anti-racism video. Maybe it's because people just want to play their...
People just
We the people intended to allow Fortnite players to observe dialogue on race that could educate players about the real effects of this type of racism in America and hopefully stir personal growth in the audience. You know what? Who wants this in their video games? Nobody. You know who does this, right? Final Fantasy 14. I've been playing a lot.
So that's his big commentary. No, nobody wants this in games. I mean, it's cringe, sure, but hey, I wonder if he's going to address the second part of that article. I wonder what the Quartering's opinions are about the real effects of racism in America.
Really awesome. Fireworks. I went to my free company's house where all my pals and my free company, Fishbowl and others, and we stood there and watched a cool fireworks display in game. That's cool. I don't want social justice propaganda in my game. Now, to be fair, the MLK thing isn't exactly like the creepy CNN thing that they did, the BLM stuff that they did. But of course, it's not even meant to be entertaining. And the fact that kids like him can't understand this event was a serious event makes me furious. It's a kid's game. Although I'm dully disappointed to hear that some players use this as an excuse to indulge in their own bad behavior by throwing tomatoes at Van Jones's.
He's like reading something else. This doesn't even have anything to do with. He's not even.
Somehow, Martin Luther King in Fortnite is not an S post. Master Chief and Rick Sanchez King Jr. Civil Rights Museum.
Is this all his videos are?
Celebrate life and the work of.
Guys, how am I not famous? If this guy got 1 million subs, this is the most boring shit. Hey guys, here's a headline.
Informing him that headshots do significant damage.
Hey guys, here's another headline.
To bring back tilted towers as twin towers. I am literally at a loss for words.
All right.
This is a really poor move on everyone's part. Like, was anyone black in the room and they really disrespectful? I'm shocked as they thought this was okay, but then again, I really shouldn't be. I have no idea what on earth they were thinking, but I'm really glad on today's slow news.
Why is Quartering so
Hey,
offended
if you
by
enjoyed this video, please make sure you leave a like on it before you.
Holy shit, that was the most waste of time video I've ever watched in my fucking life. Okay, cool. Yeah, no big deal. Kind of cringe. The end. Good story. And finally, we wrap up our tweeting little segment. With a guy making a really, really bad tweet. A post about a baby that died from COVID. Really tragic, horrible stuff. This fucker responds, "Gee, sorry to hear that. One less vote for the Trump-tards of the future." Really, buddy? Really? Is that really the own you want to go for today? You really want to, like, disrespect a family that lost their baby to own Republicans? Listen, I love owning Republicans as much as the next guy, but to own them, you gotta do it right. You gotta own them. You don't own the dead baby. I mean, really, yikes, dude. I hope that I hope that it was worth the clout. 625 quote tweets. Cool, man. Hope you have fun with that one. The villain of the day on Twitter. Smiley P, thanks for the 5. I was just kidding. I don't know how you do your debates. I legit thought we were going to go on. I fixed it. Do you just go at random and people just wait? Swedish Twat, thanks with the 20. Make sure to kiss your homies goodnight. I will, but as long as I say no homo. Guys, all right. I'm starting to get really hungry. So hold on. Hold on. My Streamlabs is not responding, so I don't know if people can hear me or not. Let's see. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Come on, dude. There we go. Finally. Jesus. Alright, guys. I'm only going to be on live. Soon my streams are going to be earlier and earlier, okay? But I'm going to be logging off here very shortly. I got to go upstairs and eat some food, and I also got to get down on a better schedule of what time I'm going to actually be starting stream, yada, yada, yada. You know how it be. But just want to say, if you want to help support the channel and donate, now's your chance to do it. Get your message read and responded to. I'm going to eat my vegan peanut butter cups. Man, being vegan is great. Hey, have I mentioned to you guys that I'm vegan? I don't know if you heard that or not. I'm sorry that I forsook you with a short